I also had a very bad habit of aging myself. So like when I turned 25, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be 26. Now when I turned to 26 late last year, I'm like, yo, I'm about to be 27. I could do this well. I have social anxiety and it's so annoying. If I could just turn the anxiety off, that would be amazing. No, this is how I know my anxiety's improved, because thinking back now, I'm like, yo, I almost didn't start my business because I just didn't want to talk to people. Getting more serious about Instagram and TikTok, so be sure to follow me here if you want. I'm not forcing you or anything. It reduced my anxiety by like a good 80%. Hey guys, it's Sage and welcome back to another video. My cats are in my room right now, so if you see them in the background, just try to ignore them. I'm basically going to be doing a chit-chat get ready with me. I don't think I've done one of these ever. If this is your first time seeing my channel, I'm not a makeup artist at all. I'm basically just gonna be doing my regular makeup routine because I want to talk about some stuff. Basically, okay, as you see in the title, I need to wipe this 1 second. Yeah, basically it's like, okay, I'm 26. This actually happened when I was 25. Yeah, when I turned to 25, I'm like, yo, I'm getting there. Like, I'm like, I just feel so old. Like, I'm like 5 years and I'm 30. What? Like, I don't know. I think I was going through was that quarter life crisis? I don't know, man. It's gotten a lot better now. Like now, I'm just living my life, but I'm just making this for anyone else who may be feeling that way, like that you're old and you're still in your 20s, even 30s. 30s is not old. Like, I'll have clients, I do brows and lashes, who will tell me like, oh yeah, like don't worry, you're not like me, I'm old, you're young. I'm like, oh, how old are you? Oh, 32. I'm like, that's not old. I feel like a lot of us have a very bad habit of putting ourselves on a timeline. I am one of those people, and I think the only reason I felt old was because I was putting myself on a timeline, like, oh, but like I want to get married and at least have one child before I'm 30. But it's like, but do I? Or is that just what's like considered like appropriate? You know what I mean? I'm just putting powder on first. I feel so weird. Oh, my battery's gonna die. I feel so weird talking about makeup because I'm not a makeup artist. But this is, I think I saw it on like TikTok where you put the powder before the foundation and it works really good. But I don't wear makeup every day. As you saw, my skin is breaking out really bad right now. This was my skin in November. Flourishing. It was doing so well. Then once December hit, I don't know why, like my skin, this is probably the worst breakout I've had in like years. It's gotten a lot better, and that's saying a lot because right now it's still pretty bad, but it's gotten a lot better. So hopefully in like 2 weeks, I'll be back to normal. I also had a very bad habit of aging myself. So like when I turned 25, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be 26. Now when I turned to 26 late last year, I'm like, yo, I'm about to be 27. Like I like around myself off it so bad. I don't do it anymore. I feel like this is just appropriate because I don't feel like people talk about this. Like once you're reaching your later 20s, you're like, yo, I'm reaching my 30s soon. Like that's crazy. But I don't do it anymore, as I said. I feel like what helped me was thinking like when I'm like 40 and I look back to when I was 26, I'm gonna be like, I was so young and I'm here stressing, spending my 20s worrying about getting old and I'm young. Like that's such a waste. So I'm happy and proud of myself for improving that. Like stop aging myself, just like enjoy life, live life. If you see any flashback on camera, I have very bad flashback. If you've been a subscriber with me for a while, there was a whole video about this, but yeah, I get very bad flashback on camera. Don't know why. It's a curse. No. My lips are kind of dry, but that I got it in a sample at Sephora. That's a bit too late for me. But yeah, when you're older, 50s, 60s, and you look back to like in your 20s, even 30s, you're gonna be like, yo, I was so young. Why was I wasting my time worried about being old and I was so young? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's so much life to live, and that's what I'm spending my time worrying about? No. It's also funny because I was on Instagram and I saw this girl on my explore page, and I'm like, oh, she's so pretty. I wonder how old she is. And in my head, I'm like, oh, she's probably young, like 26. And I'm like, wait, like I had an epiphany, like, yo, I just saw some random person, and I'm like, oh, like they're probably young, like 26, and I associate that with being young. So I'm like, if I'm 26, why am I calling myself old when I think if it's someone else, they're young? Doesn't make any sense. Like, yo, 26 is so young. 20s in general is young. 30s is young. Like, that's peak. You know what I mean? A lot of clients will tell me, because when I was still feeling like this, I would tell my clients, because that's the benefit of like doing like beauty services or any kind of service where you're like talking to people. You just have good conversation, and they'll tell me like, yo, don't feel old. Like, when I was your age, oh, I wish I was still that age, kind of thing. I'm like, and that, I think that's a big thing that helped me too, realizing, like, I like hearing advice from people that are older than me. I don't know, just advice from like experience living like an age that how do I word this? Like, living, because they've already lived the age that I'm at. Yeah, so that's one thing I'm very happy about, is I've stopped aging myself. Still kind of, but not as bad. Like, I'm 26. I'm turning 27 in October. And to me, it's like I still feel it kind of, but I need to like get in my head that's not old. Like, I'm in my 20s. Anytime I tell people my age, they're like, what? That's another thing, is their reactions like, what? You're 26? Because I think it's just because, well, I don't know. I think I look my age, but everyone tells me I look really young. That's another thing, but lock don't crack, okay? Lock don't crack. What else did I want to talk about? I wrote notes down because I know I would forget some stuff. Yeah, so putting this up on the timeline, don't do that. And that's to anything. I feel like, especially women, it's a bit more for us. Probably men too, but like for us, it's like, oh, I want to have kids by this age. And for me, well, whoever I meet that I'm going to have kids with, I don't want to have kids before I'm married, personally. Like, if it happens, it happens, like, but I don't want to, like, if I end up in, like, a long-term, well, when I end up in a long-term relationship, I don't want to have kids without being married. That's just me. So it's like, I would put myself on a timeline, like, okay, I want to, what time is it? I'm kind of on like a time crunch here. Did I say that I'm going to work, so that's why I'm doing my makeup? Normally, I don't wear makeup, especially that my skin's breaking out. But I'm like, why not, you know? I would be like, I want to have a kid, at least one kid before I'm 30. And be like, oh, but I want to be married before I have kids. But I also don't want to have kids right after getting married. I want to travel, so it's like, I feel like rushed. And I need to stop doing that. Like, sure, I think it'd be cool, but looking at my life right now, I'm not ready to have kids yet. I would literally tell myself, oh, I wanna get married at like 28, 29. I'm not dating anyone right now. And that's a whole nother topic about dating, especially in Toronto. Yeah, putting yourself on a timeline, I feel like it kind of just rushes your life. And I think majority of it is because you're looking at what other people are doing and what's considered like appropriate in society. It's like, oh, well, you have to do this first, and then this, and then this. But just live your own life, and that's something I'm working on with myself. This year is a big year where I'm working on growth. Yeah, I have a lot of goals I want to accomplish, and I'm so hard on myself. Like, one thing that put things into perspective for me a lot was I had a client, and she's like, you need to stop being so hard on yourself. Like, you have so much things going for you. And she's like, oh, she worded this so well. She's like, if one of your friends was in your spot and like accomplishing the things you're accomplishing, would you be proud of them? And I'm like, yes. Like, I'd be like, yo, they're doing the damn thing. Like, yes, I'd be so proud. So why aren't I proud of myself? My main goal right now is to get a condo. I don't like telling people about my goals until I've accomplished them. But I don't know. I believe in manifestation. If I have a goal I want to accomplish, I'm like, I don't think of it as like, okay, look, I hope I can do this. It's more so when I do this, like, I'm going to accomplish it. That's just how I live, like, my life and the goals I have in my mind. But yeah, that really puts things into perspective for me. I gotta give myself some props because I don't know. I feel weird, like, saying it, but yeah, I have to give myself props and be more proud of myself. I feel like it's like when I'm like, yo, I have things going for me, I feel like it's like bragging, and I'm not the bragging type. Maybe that's why I feel weird. I literally realized I accomplished a goal I had for myself last year, even years before that. I've always wanted to have more. If you hear anything, it's my cats. I've always wanted to have more than one stream of income and just be working for myself, like fully working for myself. And since last year, I am now working for myself, which is why I now have the time to post a YouTube video. That's a whole other topic, is how inconsistent I was last year and even in 2020 as well. So I've been in just like a loop for years of just like, okay, I want to do YouTube, but then YouTube isn't like consistent. It's not a consistent income. Like the income you get fluctuates a lot. Sorry if I go out of focus, but yeah, the income you get fluctuates a lot. So I'm like, okay, I'll do YouTube and like have a part-time job. And I would always look for a part-time job and then end up with like a full-time job. So I'm working full-time and doing YouTube. So I've been doing brows for years, like since 2013. I taught myself how to do my own brows, and I was doing my family and friends. Then I was doing it professionally at like a salon, like a spa in 2015. Worst job I've worked in my life. The only reason I stayed is because I loved the work I was doing. But the environment, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, 2015. And then I took a break, was just working just like regular jobs and doing YouTube. So full-time jobs doing YouTube, had barely any time to like put the quality I wanted out. And that's something I'm so, like, I don't know if I'd say ashamed, but just like, not disappointed. I don't know what the right word is. Like, the content I was putting out wasn't matching my standard of what I wanted to put out. I was kind of just putting out whatever I could, which now I'm gonna private a lot of my videos. Like, if you see any videos you're looking for and they're privated, that's why. It's because I'm a perfectionist, and now I still was when I was putting like the content I was last year and the year before out, but now it's like my perfectionism, is that a word, is coming back with my quality. That's why I changed my lens back. I put my Sigma lens on. I bought a new camera too, it just hasn't come yet. I went to Henry's to get it, and it's like the camera I want is nowhere in the company. So they had to order it from Canon, so like I don't really know when it's coming. I'm just hoping it comes this month. But until then, I'm using my Sigma lens because the quality is really good. I could do this well. I wanna give you all. I feel like my flashback still looks super crazy, but it's okay. But yeah, so what was I just saying? The quality I was putting out wasn't matching what I wanted. So I was just doing jobs on YouTube, and I was just stuck in a loop because it's like, I'm like, okay, if I literally just work a job that's like 2-3 days a week, and then I'll have so much time for YouTube, but I would just trap myself and end up working a job that's like 5 days a week and such long hours. So I started my business back up 2022. I keep saying last year because last year flew by so quickly, but it was 2022. So the end of this year, it'll be 2 years. That's crazy to me. And it's so funny. Well, it's not funny at all because I almost didn't start up doing my business because anxiety. Well, it's gotten a lot better, but I have social anxiety and it's so annoying. Like I feel like a lot of people don't understand anxiety. Like if I could just turn the anxiety off, that would be amazing, but like you can't. And I would literally I don't know, this is how I know my anxiety's improved, because thinking back now, I'm like, yo, I almost didn't start my business because I just didn't want to talk to people. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make conversation with people. Now, like, I can talk to anyone, but it's like, my anxiety in 2019 was so bad, like, horrible. That year was so trash for me. Like, that was it 2019? No, what am I saying? 2020, yeah, not 2019. 2020, that year was trash for me. You see, COVID has just blurred all these years together, but 2020, that was like lockdown year. I had a loss in my family. I was just going through a lot of stuff. And yeah, my anxiety was so bad that year, man. I almost didn't start my business. That's actually crazy to think about. I don't wear blush all the time, but I've started to, and kind of like how it looks. I don't even know if I'm putting it on right, but I like the color it brings to my face. But yeah, my anxiety was really bad in 2020. Like, oh man, to the point where it was affecting like some of like my friendships and stuff. And I don't know, I feel like communication is a big thing. Sometimes I didn't realize that how I was coming off to people, so I had to like be like, yo, if I ever come off a certain way, it's not personal, I'm just going through some stuff. Like, I would not realize how I would come off, and it's just because I had a lot on my mind. But yeah, I almost didn't start my business because my anxiety was so high, and it's like, if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And that's like, that's so much to take in. My anxiety has gotten so much better, and it's because of shrooms. Like microdosing. I tried them for the first time, and oh my gosh, it reduced my anxiety by like a good 80%, like 75-80%. And I'm so shocked because like I was researching it, and I'm like, wow, it's helped a lot of people like with depression, just mental health in general. And it just, oh my gosh, the first time I tried them, it just makes you reflect and realize so much about yourself and just things you have to work on. It's a crazy experience. Like, I would be on Reddit, like, just doing my research because, you know, wanted to be safe. And like, someone's like, you can't explain them to someone who hasn't tried them. And it's so true. Like, you cannot explain the experience to someone who's never tried them before. It's not something I do regularly. I haven't done it in like a year probably. But yeah, it's helped my anxiety a lot. And just working on myself, just like, even just regular, I don't know. I feel like it's that bad to say that that's what helped, but I'm not gonna lie, that is what helped me a lot. Yeah, I literally almost didn't. That's how freaking annoying anxiety is. I almost didn't start a whole business because of it. That's redonkulous. And now, because I did start my business, I'm working for myself fully. So instead of working a part-time job, working for someone else and then doing YouTube, I'm now working for myself and doing YouTube. So I'm fully working for myself, which is a goal that I had. And I realized last year, like late last year, like, wait, I accomplished that goal. I need to write my goals down somewhere and like check them off when I accomplish them, because then I can be like, oh, I did that. Like, I should be very proud of myself right now. And I am. Oh, that's another thing. So the quality, it's so poop. The quality I was putting out, like, it was literally just mostly sponsored content. And I feel like I lost the drive for YouTube. I've gotten it back now. I'm really excited about the content I'm going to be putting out. But like, I lost the drive. So I was just putting out the videos like I had to when companies would sponsor me and be like, oh, this has to go out by this day. I was so behind. I literally have videos from last year that I still have to post. So bad. Yeah, but a lot of companies are really understanding. Especially Shein. Oh my gosh, that video I still have to post. And it's like literally a year overdue. That's horrible. So I'm gonna post that. I rearranged my room so I have the perfect filming area now, but I need to post that like as soon as possible. My contact with Shein is so understanding, like so understanding. I've been in contact with her for a while. She's amazing. Anytime she would contact me to post, I'd tell her like, sorry, I literally work, I'm not even lying, I've worked 7 days a week for like 6 months. 6 months. And she'd be like, oh, sweetie, you need to rest. So understanding. Yeah, that's another thing, is the consistency. Like, I want to be so much more consistent. No, I'm going to be. But yeah, I have some videos I still have to post from last year. I'm going to post very soon. That's one thing I was saying a lot last year, is like, I'm blocking my own blessings. And it's like, I need to stop doing that. Because I've literally been like fluctuating between like 48 and like 50,000 subscribers for like like 2 years. It's because I haven't been posting, so that's my own fault. And anytime I would post a video, even just like a sponsored wig video, and I would have people that are still commenting and watching, like, yo, you guys are the real MVP. Like, wow. Like, in my head, I'm like, you guys are watching what I'm putting out still, and it's not even to the standard I want. Like, you guys are amazing. So I'm like, okay, if people are still watching this and it's not even the content I want to be putting out, I'm gonna grow so much when I start putting out the stuff that I want. I'm still gonna do wig videos and like sponsorships and stuff, but I'm gonna do them more so like how I did years ago. Like, I would literally do whole wig transformations, and I need to start doing that again because it's still putting out sponsored content, but it's more like entertaining to watch. Like, okay, I started with this and I ended up with this. It's not that dry. It's so funny. I used to watch Hell African Beauty a lot. She did a chit-chat get ready with me. I don't know when it was posted, but I watched it the other day, and it like gave me a lot of motivation because I used to watch her all the time, and then she popped up again and her name was changed and she was talking about her growth and stuff. I'm like, this motivated me a lot because I'm like, it's never too late. Because when I watched her, she didn't have like that much subscribers, but now she's almost at 1 million. I'm like, yes, you go, girl. Like, yo, that's one thing I want to talk about. There's a lot of people out there who don't know how to give people credit. It's like, I don't know what it is. I will never understand it. Where it's like, they don't like seeing people do well. I'm like, what? Like, that's so bitter. Like, that's the kind of energy you want to put out in the world? Come on now. I'm really using my mirror to pan. I don't think that's a good idea. That video gave me a lot of encouragement. Like, it's never too late to start growing. And again, that's something I'm focusing on a lot, is my growth, my personal growth, like for myself as a person and for like my platforms. I'm getting more serious about Instagram and TikTok, so be sure to follow me here if you want. I'm not forcing you or anything, but you can like be free to follow me. My Instagram is sage.elvie. My TikTok is sage.elvie, because I'm putting on some freaking sick fits, if I do say so myself. So I'm getting more into showing like that side of me. I hope I'm still in focus. My battery died. But I'm going to do my hair too, because I still have like 15 more minutes before I have to leave. So yeah, getting more serious about just my platform. I don't know. Just, I'm excited. That's another thing. So I wrote down comparison. I personally am not the type to compare myself to people. If I see someone that's doing very well, I'll see it as like motivation. Whereas I found that there's some people that just compare where they're at to like where other people are at. And I think that might be something that contributes to like when people are bitter and they feel bitter about when people are doing well. I personally don't understand it, because it's like, there's only one you. Like, if someone's doing well, that doesn't take away from what you're doing for yourself. So it's either that way where like they'll get bitter about it, or they'll get like sad about it, like, oh well, they're here and I'm only here. It doesn't matter. That's them. Like, they're on their own journey, you're on your own. Like, I feel like if you're constantly comparing yourself to people, that's just such a negative mindset to have. Like, you're just constantly always going to be disappointed. Whereas if you're just focusing on your own goals and things that you have going for yourself, you're more like, it's just more time to work on your own goals that you have. Like, don't worry about what other people are doing. Focus on you and what you have to offer. But yeah, I'm gonna private a lot of my videos. Even the vlog I posted like in December, was it? Or November? I'm probably gonna private that. Not because I don't like it, because the quality. Like, I want to have really high quality videos. As I said, I'm gonna use the Sigma lens until my new camera comes in. Because I'm gonna be vlogging a lot, because when I did that, I really like vlogging. It's just so easy and like easygoing and relaxing. I'm just like taking people on to my with my day. It doesn't feel as like, I don't know how to explain. I just like it. But I use my phone front camera, just so I can like see myself in frame. And wait, did I? Yeah, I think I did. And I don't know, it's just the quality isn't to what I want to put out. So I'm probably gonna private it. I even vlogged recently, and I like took you guys with me to like service some clients and stuff. But it's like, I use my phone. I use the back camera, but still, like in certain lighting and stuff. I don't know if I'm posting it. We'll see. I need to get a new one of these because like it's a Mister bottle, but the water comes out so slow because it's like jammed or something. Let me see if I can open this. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Okay. But yeah, this, I don't know, I'm just rebranding. Like I did a little mini rebrand like maybe 2 years ago where I changed my, or maybe, yeah, probably 2 years ago where I changed my channel name and everything. Just because my name used to be TheCurlySage and that's like the first name I had for myself. And I'm like, that shit, it just feels young, like I'm getting older, like I'm more of like a grown woman thing, you know? So I'm gonna have like a new, oh, what is it saying? I feel like I have ADHD, low-key, because I switch from topic to topic so randomly. I still have like a good intro, but I don't feel like it suits me anymore. The intro right now, I'll probably make a new one and put it at the beginning of this video. So if you want to see my old one, you'll have to check like any video that's before this. It's from like Chance the Rapper. I used to love Chance the Rapper. Like he was one of my favorite artists. I barely listen to him anymore, so I'm like, why is he my intro? Yeah, the song I still like it because I got it remade into like a dance hall kind of vibe, but I still listen to dance hall, but I just feel like that intro doesn't suit me anymore. So I'm probably gonna just make it myself because I don't know, if I get it made professionally, I'll have to wait, and I'm the type of person that's like when I want something done, I want to do it right now. It does look like anything. My hair, I'm gonna have a whole separate video. I literally dyed my hair and got 4 piercings like in the span of like a few days. When I want to switch up my hair color, I do it literally the same day or the day after I decide to. It's pretty bad. But, you know, gotta keep it spontaneous. I like switching it up. The champagne towers. It's so funny because I already recorded this video, but when I put the footage on my laptop, the lighting was so horrible because the camera was in a different spot. So it's like there was so much glare. I feel like I still look really washed out, but the other video was worse than this. I just had a whole kerfuffle about my focus. But yeah, I was just scared about it coming off as genuine because I already recorded it. But I still feel like the things I'm saying are getting across, hopefully. Shoot. Oh. See, that's what I want to be at though. Like if I record a video and the quality is like poop, I want to get into the habit of re-recording it so like what I'm putting out matches the quality I want to put out. Especially if this is going to be like my first video starting off my good quality videos and contents. I want the vision I have in my head to like match, if that makes sense, or be as close as I can. Yeah, so comparison, another thing, dating, this kind of goes with the timeline thing. Not too much to talk about this. I feel like it's really hard dating in Toronto. I don't know. Guys here, there's some amazing guys here, I'm sure. But there's also not, and some of the people here, I don't know, I feel like not even guys in general, just people just waste your time and never feel like you have to stay, like keep dating someone if they're not aligning with your life. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, hey, this person's a great person, but they're not really like offering or giving me any addition to my life, why am I? Don't feel like you need to stay with someone. Like, you gotta prioritize yourself. That's a big thing. Oof, another thing I wanted to talk about that I actually didn't talk about the first time I recorded this is setting boundaries. Oh my goodness. This is how I know I grew as a person. Is because I will look at, like, I'll look back at old situations old Sage used to be in, and I'll be like, huh. Me now, I will cuss someone out. I won't cuss someone. I'm a very nice person, but like, there's certain people who are just rude to people for no reason or feel like they can talk to someone in like any way they want. For me, sometimes I can be literally too nice. So I feel like it'll come off as like, oh, well, I can just talk to her any way she wants. No. Old me, probably, because I probably barely had boundaries, or like I had boundaries but not as much as I do now. Let me give you a scenario. Like, oh, we should go here, and let's say, oh yeah, but like I want to enjoy my day off or whatever, and I would just be like persuaded into not prioritizing what I want to do, or like people thinking they can just be like, oh no, you should do this or you should do that. Like, no. Don't. It's like, it's not your decision what I want to do. And that's something I'm very proud of. Like, I have very serious boundaries now, and I really, really believe in manifestation, like heavy. Like, live your life as if, okay, I'm going to achieve this, not like, oh well, I hope, oh but what if this goes wrong. Like, no, live your life thinking like, when this happens, not if, not oh well, I can have bumps in the road. No, when this happens, when, not if, when. That's how I feel right now with my new YouTube journey I'm going to be on. Like, I already know, like, if I keep posting quality content, people will start recognizing, yo, she's freaking sick. And gradually, who knows how long it will take, but gradually my channel will just grow and I will have the platform I'm aiming for. And even if it doesn't happen quickly, I'm still gonna enjoy the journey, and like just the journey of putting out the videos I want to put out. Like, again, there's so much videos I want to put out that I haven't. Like the video where I got my cats, there's a whole story with that, but if you guys still want to see that, I will gladly put it out. But yeah, I was just behind schedule for a few years. The footage is literally sitting on my desktop. I just haven't edited it yet. Okay, my timer for when I have to leave is about to go off. I don't even know how I look on camera right now because I literally need glasses to see far, and with this lens you have to put it like a decent way away from you. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want some more that are like similar to this, I will be glad to do it because I really enjoyed it. Again, this is my second time recording it and I enjoyed both times. My timer went off, so I have to head to work. And when I say work, I mean like the studio to like do brows and stuff. I have a full day today, but mostly brows. I also do lashes. I don't mind lashes. It's just I have a love for brows. Like, brows is, it's like a hobby turned business for me. Like, when I'm doing brows, I don't feel like I'm working. Lashes I don't mind because I'm just a perfectionist in general, so like I like doing clean work, but like I enjoy brows more. And if you want to come with me on this journey, greatly appreciated. Anyone who stuck by me with all this poop content I was putting out, you're greatly appreciated. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I don't know, we'll see when I'm editing. If you can hear the autofocus, I put it back on just so at least the end of the video will be clear. This is my actual channel rebrand, because when I just like changed my name and changed my intro, that was like a mini one. That was like probably 2019, and now, yeah, that's like a 3. That's 3. Ew. Yo, this year, COVID is crazy. All the years are just blurring together. It's crazy. But yeah, that was like 2.5 to 3 years ago. So this is my actual channel rebrand, like Grown Sage. I'm glad I remember to talk about this. So one thing I was doing is I was putting myself on hold because a goal I have is to get a condo. So I'm like, okay, when I get my condo, I will make better content. When I get my condo, I'll start working out because I'll have more room. And it's like, no, I can just have workarounds. I used to do that all the time. Like, when I started my YouTube channel, I was recording on, I had an Android phone at the time. I was recording on my phone for a while. I just got a cheap light from Amazon. It was probably like $20. And I was using that and it was fine. So I'm like, why am I putting myself on hold when I know I have it in me to like find workarounds? So I literally rearranged my room and I now have a designated YouTube area right here that'll be great for try-on hauls and stuff. I'll record it here too if I'm doing a video like this, just because this is where my desk and my makeup is, so it's just easier. But I literally have just like a white clear wall over there and it'll be perfect. So, and that was like unintentional, and I just have this whole area I can work out, like. And for TikTok, because I'm putting like TikTok outfit videos up, so now I have the aesthetic that I want without having my condo. So it's like, why was I putting myself on hold? Like, try to find, like, I'm girl. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, any more suggestions for videos you have, put them down below. But yes, thank you so much for watching. As always, it is Sage signing out. Peace.